My name's Jean Parker.
I'm Adam Parker.
And we have just returned from our Scentsy incentive trip. It was amazing. And where was it?
We went to the Mediterranean on Symphony of the Seas, which right now, as of today, is the world's largest cruise ship. It takes 8,000 people, which is 2,000 of staff, and over 6,000 guests. Crazy huge place.
Absolutely. And 2,400 of the people on that boat were from Scentsy.
Amazing.
So
from all over the world as well, because it was
absolutely.
It was
our first global incentive trip for Scentsy, the first one that they've ever done, and we were so lucky to be a part of it.
That's great.
I earned the trip for 2 people, all expenses paid,
including me,
including my husband, which was an amazing experience because both of us had never been on a cruise ship before. We'd never been to Europe before.
No, great.
And so it was big bucket list things that we wanted to tick off. So we just wanted to take you through some of the cool things that we
we're just going to go
did on our incentive.
Go through the incentive, talk about the day by day stuff, and
yeah.
I guess the first thing is that this is the trip that Jean earned, like by doing Scentsy. So not only was Jean paid Scentsy commission when she was doing the products, but if you met a certain sales target, you recruited a certain amount of people, you got different levels of achievement for the incentive trip. And this was completely So we're talking airfares, talking transfers, talking the cruise ship, which was Symphony of the Seas, really expensive cruise ship with Royal Caribbean, and then returns. And of course, on top of that, they gave you some spending money as well.
Absolutely. We got some spending money for the trip too.
They completely look after you the whole time.
Absolutely. And that also included a day trip.
Oh, of course,
on one of our port days as well. So we really are looked after so well. This is the longest incentive trip that Scentsy's ever done, the 7-night cruise. So I knew this is one I absolutely had to earn.
Fantastic.
This is my 3rd year with Scentsy. I've earned the previous 2 incentive cruises for Region 3, and that's Australia and New Zealand. And this is my 3rd incentive, and the first time I've earned it for 2 people. So it was a very, very special trip.
And the great thing about it is that, like a lot of these things where you go on trips with a group, is that there's compulsory activities. There's no compulsory activities at all. There's some welcome drinks. There's some welcome food. There's an award night. There's a get together, but nothing is compulsory. You don't want to go to anything. There's no pressure. There's nothing. There's no sales pitches. There's no training. It's just, here's a holiday that you have earned, and here's some really cool stuff the whole way through. Like, we'll go through day by day where we went.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
What about the little thing, like a couple of nights into it, each night they do this thing called the room drop. And the room drop is just really extra presents.
Yeah.
So, like,
you get extra presents on top of being on the other side of the world.
So we're talking, they gave
us
exclusive scents. We got an exclusive.
Oh, yeah, we got an exclusive wax bar.
Yeah.
Now, this is inspired by, they went to lavender fields as one of the excursions in France. So this is called Provence Lavender.
So not only did you get like presents, each present was sort of like themed around what location we're in, because we're in a place that was famous for soaps.
Handmade soaps.
So they gave us some handmade soaps.
Beautiful handmade soaps.
We went to a place that was about paper. They gave us some paper. We went to Italy, and it was obviously about pasta and cheese. So they gave us pasta and cheese. There was one about olive oil
and pepper.
So all themed. But this is when you come back from a full day of activities. You come back to your room. Your room's made up again by the ship, and then there's a present as well. Yeah. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
I know.
Let's
it
keep
was
on giving.
Unbelievable. And don't forget where they got these cute tags, Adam.
We get the name badge, and you also got these lanyards.
We got nice lanyards.
Because you need to hold your port card, which you get on and off the ship and buy stuff with. So.
Yeah, so that way we could easily identify other Scentsy consultants, and we felt honestly like
we're on a holiday with friends.
So many friends.
Yeah, there was like 2,500 friends there. You could, because you were both wearing the same name badges, it was really or the lanyards, really easy to identify another Scentsy person, and everyone's happy to chat, and it was fantastic. So I guess the location we started in Barcelona.
Absolutely.
Barcelona.
Well, we started in Sydney, Australia, and flew all the way to Barcelona. So all of our flights were covered by Scentsy.
No matter where you were coming from, no matter whatever your start location, if you earned the trip, Scentsy would pay for you from whatever your location was to Barcelona.
Absolutely.
No difference, no extra charge because you live so far. Because we live in Australia, which is a long way to Barcelona, and people from New Zealand even further away.
Absolutely. And
So-
everything was covered for them. If they earned level 4, which was the highest level of the incentive, everything was covered for them and
Yep.
a friend as well. So when we arrived, we got, as Adam said, we got some presents. And one of them was we get loads of custom Scentsy things. We've got this cute little Scentsy passport case.
Oh, we got the travel post that talked about
Little tags.
what to do, what was on.
Tells us what's going on every
Yeah.
night.
Tells us about information about boarding the ship, getting on the ship.
And this
got
is
a-
our Scentsy agenda. We got that
Oh yeah,
too.
yeah. We got the
Yep.
agenda, and we got a travel book.
A big book as a present.
Yeah, to tell us what's going on at each port.
That's right. So our first day trip.
No, the first night. So we got on Barcelona,
oh.
and then we sailed straight away from Barcelona to.
Palma de Mallorca in
Mallorca,
Spain.
yeah.
This one. And that was where we chose to do our Scentsy excursion. So that's just basically with other Scentsy people.
Yeah.
And Scentsy paid for that excursion for us. So that was to the Drop Caves. And we went and watched some Spanish dancing as well.
Fantastic day. So they pick you up from the port. They take you in the bus, a full tour the whole day.
Yeah, drive around
and they
this
guarantee
city,
because it's on
beautiful.
a bus, because it's with the Scentsy group and it's with the ship. You guarantee to get back on the ship.
Yeah.
Fantastic day.
So
Again,
great.
meet some great people.
Oh, we met some awesome people on
Yeah.
our first day. We had
Great.
such a great day.
Great day.
And then we had our welcome reception that evening as well, which
Yeah.
was more basically hors d'oeuvres, a huge welcome reception, which was just beautiful.
And then every night of this cruise, we sailed to another port location.
Yeah.
So that was a really cool thing. So we were traveling at nighttime there was so much to do, so many people to see, bars, there was shows, Jean went to theatre, I went to the bar, Jean went to the dive show, I went to the bar. See the theme?
Yeah, there was so much to do on the actual boat
it
itself.
was
We
huge.
tend to do all those activities at night, and then
Yeah,
every day
yeah.
it was at a different port.
So the second port we went to was
Marseille and this was in Marseille in France, of course. And so in Marseille we did we went to Notre Dame Cathedral. It was on the top of a hill. And we went to Longchamp, which is a huge palace in Marseille. And we had a gorgeous
great day. What about the cheese and
gorgeous
champagne?
lunch
Cheese and
of
champagne.
cheese and champagne,
Great.
which all we wanted to do in France was eat cheese and drink champagne, and that's exactly what we did
Fantastic
for that lunch.
day.
Unforgettable.
And then that night you
experience.
cruise again overnight. We have dinner, all cruise food is included.
Yeah.
It was just fantastic. Great food, of course, on a cruise. They have great
huge,
food.
huge
Meeting more new people, going to more bars. And then the next day we showed up at
The next day we were at La Spezia.
yeah.
Yes, and it's a bit of a blur. And
Yeah.
then that's where we did these 5 cute little towns.
Yeah, it was great. That was great, wasn't it?
Cinque Terre.
Yes, we don't know.
We
how to
don't
pronounce
really
it.
know how to pronounce it,
It was
but it was
beautiful.
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And we did 4 of these 5 little cute towns all along the Italian
And we met
coast.
some Scentsy people who happened to be from Australia as well. And they decided to come with us, and we had our
We
own
hung
little
out
tour
with-
group that day.
Yeah, we
didn't
hung out with them that day, and
Yeah,
we
great.
took
Great
the
day.
train. We walked from town to town, and then we've got a boat back to the port
Beautiful
at La
day.
Spezia.
Then jump back on the
Beautiful
ship.
town.
Again, more dinner, more food, more drinks, cruising throughout the night again.
And
We
then
ended up in.
Rome the
All
next
right.
day.
Didn't we go to
It was Rome the next
Rome
day.
next day? Wow.
And so this is bucket list stuff. Now this is where you're ticking off some really
Yeah.
big stuff. So you're going to the Trevi Fountain.
Well, the ship docks at like 7 a.m. so you can get off around sort of 7:30, 8.
8, yeah.
And then it didn't leave until 8 that night. So you had a full 12 hours in Rome, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot to, you get a really good sample.
Oh, absolutely. So
Yeah.
that was all of our bucket list stuff. So that was the Spanish Steps,
Yep,
Trevi Fountain, and the Colosseum,
Yep.
obviously, and
Vatican.
Oh, the Vatican.
Yeah,
obvious.
That's all right, yeah.
St. Peter's Basilica is where we
Huge.
went, and it was just
Huge.
so
Massive.
stunning.
Yeah, great.
Oh, amazing.
I mean, I really
town.
enough time to have a really good taster, but just
and
unfortunately,
want to know that we wanted to go back.
Yeah, unfortunately, we want to go back now. So such a good
Absolutely.
taster. Jumped on the ship, cruised overnight again, ended up at Naples.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So Naples was the next port,
And this is where we bought from the ship. You can buy
Cruises.
from the ship. We bought a day tour. So on the ship you can buy more stuff if you like more stuff. So we really wanted an organised day tour for our last one because we were getting really tired.
really tired.
because we're doing 25,000 steps a day. It was
Yeah.
long days, and then coming back, drinking, partying, carrying on. So that day we went on a tour, a bit of a food and tasting tour, didn't we?
Yeah, it was called Taste of Sorrento, and it was absolutely beautiful. We got to get off the bus, have some beautiful food, get back on the bus. Someone else worries about how we're going to get there and making sure we're going to make it on time. It was absolutely fantastic.
It was great day.
And so we did Taste of Sorrento in the morning, which is during the Sorrento coast, which is a coast in Italy. And then in the second part of the day, we went to Pompeii.
Oh, that's right.
So
Wow.
that was a huge bucket list
Amazing
item
place to be.
to go and see all of Pompeii, which is just huge. I had no idea how big it was.
Yes.
But that was an amazing experience.
Jump back on the bus, jump back on the boat, again cruise overnight, and then our last day was actually a day what they call day at sea. So then we sailed from where we were in Naples all the way back to Barcelona. But because the ship is huge, I don't know if I said this before, it's currently the world's largest ship. There is 23.
They're building one bigger right now,
23
but currently
bars.
it's the biggest one.
There was like 12 restaurants. There was they had a park. It had a place called Central Park, and it had a park.
Actual park
in
on the
boat. It had
Yeah.
pools. It had water slides. It had ice skating ring. It had so much stuff. So the day at sea, there was a ton of stuff to do.
Ugh.
Burger shop, pizza shop, hot dog shop.
Everyone was doing
Ton of
stuff on the
variety.
last day. It was so great.
So much stuff to do.
And we got to really tour the ship, and we'll put some clips up of that, of us touring the ship and having fun on Symphony of the Seas. It was such an amazing ship, full stop.
Wasn't it like an awards night that night where they gave out some awards, Scentsy awards? Or was that
We did it in the morning. There was just a few awards in the morning.
Didn't take long.
Very short presentation, not even 1 hour, I would say.
Again, not compulsory.
No, some people that won the awards didn't show up.
Yeah, they were
to
sleeping
get
in.
them. Yeah, which is fine. So it's and then of course then we sadly docked the next day, but because
at
we
Barcelona.
came so very 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 far from the other side of the world, we decided to extend our trip a little bit.
Yeah.
And so we were able to do some extra
So
things.
we said to Scentsy, okay, rather than they said, here, what flights do you want, basically? So here's your in-flight and here's your out-flight. And we went, well, we want to change your out-flight from Barcelona to France. We changed it to a complete different country. Scentsy went, no problems. It's going to cost you a couple $100 extra,
Yeah,
but no
just
problems. We'll
change
do
the
that for you.
flight. Yeah.
And then we extended a holiday. Basically, they paid for.
Yeah, so we had a whole extra week in Europe.
yeah.
We got to do some more bucket list things. So we went to Paris, and you'll hear a review of our beautiful Parisian warmer back here as well a bit later.
Fantastic
But we got to spend a whole extra week in Europe, basically, thanks to Scentsy for shouting us the flights there. So
And there was
it's
heaps of
amazing.
people either went early or they stayed longer. And
Yeah.
Scentsy have got no problem with that at all. They're more than happy to accommodate you in any of that. Some people couldn't get a flight back that night, so Scentsy pays for another night accommodation for you.
In Barcelona,
Puts you up in
yeah.
Barcelona overnight because they couldn't get you a plane.
Yeah,
So if they can't get you something, they look after you. I mean,
absolutely.
and amazing. And like relatively, when you look at it, it wasn't that difficult to get the trip.
Well, because I've done direct sales before, Adam's kind of put in place, I guess, we've made an agreement that I'm limited to do just one party or event a weekend.
Because don't forget, we're working full time. We've got kids, so this is
Absolutely.
Scentsy on the side. This is Scentsy on the side.
And
so this
so
was achieved.
that's
with Scentsy
fine.
on the side.
Absolutely. And so I was able to achieve this trip just doing one Scentsy event or party a weekend. No more than the one a weekend. And
Some online stuff.
and I did a few online
Yeah.
parties as well. Facebook
So we're going to put up
parties.
on this page here some ideas how to do really good online parties. Of course, in the drop down box below, there'll be information how to contact Jean on her Facebook, on her Instagram, on her YouTube or on YouTube.
I'm all over.
on all the
all
on
over
all
the
socials.
social media.
Talk to her. Join the
Yeah.
team. Talk to Jean. Can help you through. She can train you through some stuff. You can come out and do parties. We can come and join a team. We only really want people that we want to go on holidays with, though.
Yeah,
So if you don't want to come and have fun on holidays,
yeah.
sorry.
We love holiday people.
Yeah.
So my business name is called Sense with Jean. Obviously, this is my YouTube channel, Jean Parker, Independent Scentsy Consultant. And this is my husband and I signing off. And we're so happy that we could share this wonderful experience with you. And we hope that you can come on holiday with us
check
too.
out, subscribe to Jean's channel, check out some other
Absolutely.
stuff we're doing, and we'll catch you on the next trip.
Bye.
Bye.